Tell me a Parsha story. Welcome to Parsha House.
When Rav Stern was a young man, he had an important job on Erev Pesach. It wasn't a cooking job. It wasn't a cleaning job. It was a delivery job. And he needed to deliver envelopes. He delivered envelopes for Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach. Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach passed away about 30 years ago. He was a great Torah giant who lived in Sharei Chesed in Yerushalayim, Ir HaKodesh. Rav Auerbach was known and famous for being a great posek, a great rabbi who learned and taught so much Torah and helped people relate the Torah to the times we live in today, learning about how electricity works and how that impacts Shabbos, for example. Rav Auerbach was also very well known for being extremely modest and extremely caring about the feelings and needs of other people. On Erev Pesach, Rabbi Auerbach gave the young Rav Stern envelopes with specific instructions. Rav Stern went to the first house. Hi, I'm here with an envelope from Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach. He wants to wish you a beautiful Yom Tov, and he asked me to please let you know that everything in this envelope should only and exclusively be used for Chol HaMoed outings for your children. You could go wherever you want with them. Bring them to someplace beautiful so that they will have a memorable and joyous Chol HaMoed. Rav Stern says, Rav Auerbach told me he doesn't want them using it for food. They can receive money for food from other places, but we want to make sure that their kids have such a joyous Chag and have such nice activities to do. And that was my instruction when I delivered that envelope. Then I would move on to the next house. And the next, and the next, and the next. And the next numbers of envelopes, there were tickets inside, not money. What were these tickets for? Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach sent tickets to these families so that they would have outings with their children for Chol HaMoed to the zoo. The biblical zoo in Yerushalayim. Lots and lots of families went to zoos on Chol HaMoed. And Rav Shlomo Zalman wanted to make sure that when these kids went to shul on the first days of Yom Tov, they would already know what they were doing on Chol HaMoed. And that when they would come back to school after vacation was over and all the kids were talking about the different things they did on Chol HaMoed, these kids that came from families that were very poor would be able to be part of the conversation and talk about the wonderful way that they celebrated Chol HaMoed. Wow. Tzedakah to send kids to the zoo. Yes, that's what tzedakah is all about. Thinking about all the needs of a person and making sure that they're not going to be embarrassed when they're hanging out with their friends and talking about what they did. That's what we learn from Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach about Pesach and about how we should celebrate Pesach. In this week's Parashat Tzav, we learn that the Karban Chatat was brought on the very same Mizbeach as the Karban Olah. And the Yerushalmi and Yevamot explains that the reason why this was the case was to protect the person that was bringing a Karban Chatat from feeling embarrassed. As they approach the Mizbeach, people might think that it's a Karban Olah. No one will know for sure if they're coming because of a Chatat or because of an Olah, if they're coming because they did a sin. We want to protect the feelings. Let's learn from Parashat Tzav, from Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, that we always want to be sensitive to the needs and feelings of other people. I want to wish you all a Chag Kasher v'Sameach and a Shabbat Shalom.